Hi, this is Tanmay Shah.
This is Laura Greenberga, and you're listening to Rocklaz Radio.
On today's episode of Count Your Words,
marketing, books, podcasts, and movies, TV series, everything related to marketing. The first book I would like to talk about is Marketing Management. All those people who have studied commerce, management, MBA, BBA have heard name of Philip Kotler, and it's the book. It's the book for the degree. So, or this is the main book which they use. All the content are taken from this book. Philip Kotler is considered as father of modern marketing. This book is about 600 pages and it has several parts. There are a lot of examples in this book. That's a great thing. Most of the examples are related to corporates and big companies, but you can take ideas and it's really mentally stimulating thoughts and ideas in this, and it's an amazing read. The book is into 7 parts. First is understanding of marketing management, the whole idea of marketing, how just sales is not marketing. Marketing is much more than that. It comes into planning it, there's research in it, product, how you build a product in it, the basic 4 P's everybody knows: product, place, a promotion, and people. So it's all a combination of all this. Then second part of this book is assessing marketing opportunities and customer value. So as I said, finding out, scanning market environment and finding out customer value. Third part after assessing market is choosing value. What value you are trying to offer? What product? How do you make a product that? What value do you choose from the list of values? I heard once Mukesh Ambani say he has the most expensive house in the world, and he's the richest man in India. His father Dhirubhai Ambani is a great idol of mine and many Indians, and Reliance is one of the biggest and most trusted companies. So he said his professor had given him assignment for marketing. First was to first find a problem. Most of the marks are depending on first finding a problem and then on finding solution. It not just as entrepreneurs and in all the aspects, we need to first define and find the problem, then we can solve it. It's not like a question paper or exam where you'll be given questions and you have to answer them. So we have to define our own problem and then answer them. The fourth part of this book is designing value. So setting a product strategy, designing, managing services, what pricing strategy you're putting in, what programs are you putting in. Fifth is delivering value, designing and managing ingredients of marketing channels and how they're integrated from your factory to reach, how does it reach the customer, or if it is SaaS software for as service, then how easy it is for them to reach the customer, how you'll deliver, how you'll get the feedback, all that comes in this. Fifth is Sixth part is communicating value. So here the part comes of ads and sales. So designing, managing a mass communication, personal communication, and in modern times through social media and media strategy on different platforms. Seven is all that you have done, all the values you have created. Now, how it is sustainable? How do you keep getting the customer again and again? You got to think on that. So, and tapping new market and fulfilling new related leads, forward and backward integration. So, if you want to grow a business, you integrate forward, and forward is if you're a if you're a wholesaler, then you buy the retailer, start in the retail business, and go on and so forth. And backward integration is you go into manufacturing the product, you go into getting the raw materials, and the whole supply chain is from the raw material to it reaching the customer. You own all the components. These days, many things are outsourced, but there are some companies who insource all of these things. For example, is Amazon. So they have their own boxes for delivering items. They have put it in such a way that The whole travel and transport is under their in department service. They have even come out with their own products to market it. So many of the Amazon products are Amazon branded products. So that's an example of forward and backward integration. Second book is by the same author, and this is more fun and more relatable to the youth for non people in non marketing. You read this book first, then you can go to the more theoretical and the bigger book. This book is called Marketing 4.0. Now, there is a new book called Marketing 5.0. Both of these books are by Philip Kotler himself. So, concepts discussed in this are, so first concept is power shifts to the connected customers. Here, here, as you can see in our times, it's not just what the company is saying, or there were ads in 80s, 90s where that auntie would come and say that this is the best product, Rin Helena, Wheel Helena, the detergent powder. But in these times, it is more the customers giving ratings to each other and the reviews which we see on different platforms on Google, on Just Dial in India, on equivalent in your countries, and all other platforms and aggregators of this. So they rely more on the family, friends, fans, and followers. Along with this, the second concept comes in the paradox of marketing to the connected customer. So all these customers are connected. So how do you market to them? That's a challenge. What happens is there are some informed customers and there are some distracted customers with a lot of information overload and all these things. There are a lot of distracted customers as well. So overall, their opinion starts depending on others' opinion. They become over dependent on others' opinion as compared to their, often that outlives their own personal preferences. And the paradox is again, here you'll get a lot of likes and comments on your products, but there are also dislikes. So you get good reviews and bad reviews as well. But how to take care of the bad reviews and dislikes, and that is a way to monitor as well. You don't have to do another market research. You can find out from the dislikes and the negative reviews which are seen. That way you can easily get the customer feedback and cater to that kind of problem. Third point in this book is the influential digital uh, subculture. So we have developed a subculture here. So this subculture comprises of youth, women, and the netizens. Youth because they are the trendsetters, the influencers. They try new things. They share. They are the most active on this digital media and all these things. Women, women are by default the purchase managers, the chief house manager, the chief finance manager, and asset manager all put in one. So they see the ads, they go to make all the purchase decisions. So they have a big role in the economy, in market. The netizens is the influencers and content creators. And so all these three combined make the marketing digital economy in 4.0. So companies are now targeting these three or have been targeting these three. And as individual, as entrepreneur or a single man company, you can try to look into this. The fourth point is the combination of digital and physical marketing 4.0, where he gives 5 A's of act the customer's new path. That is aware, attitude, act and act again. So getting first awareness in the customers, then influencing the attitude of the customers, finding what attitude they have, and then changing that. Then is the the act of purchasing the product is called act. Then act again. Once you buy, the customer is loyal. Then different levels of customer in line. Once they buy again. The third book, which I would say is Way of Wolf. Everyone must have seen and heard this movie, The Wolf of Wall Street. It is by the same author. By the way, I've attached the links of all the books and all the things I'm mentioning here in the description of the podcast, and there'll be a blog attached as well. So Way of Wolf is about selling in straight line, and his he has given tips on persuasion, influence, and success. So the concepts which I liked, you should definitely go and read the full book. I am highlighting the concepts which resonated with me. So, getting clarity in the mind of customers, getting certainty. The customer takes action once he has certainty in the mind about this product. So, the certainty should be both logical and emotional. So, your idea, your product, or solution which you're giving should be airtight and make a logical case. Also have an emotional appeal. After all, most people buy on their emotion, based on their emotion, and then use logic to justify their purchase. So many a times, for example, you make a jewelry purchase or you make any kind of purchase. After you have made the purchase, when you are showing it to other people, you say what you have heard from the salesperson, isn't it? So another point is about mothers. Mothers are the best marketers. So if you see mothers, hi, hi, Pravis. If you want to come up, let me know. So if you see how mothers influence their child and understand their needs and cater to them perfectly, so they are the best example. If you observe them, observe their reasoning, how they try to convince everybody in the family. So that's a good study for yourself. You can try it out at home. Then about there are he talks about different thresholds. For example, selling a pen. So this is always taken as examples in interviews, and this thing has become very what do you say popularized. Sell me a pen. So somebody asked the author of this book. I'll tell you his name, Jordan Belfort, to sell him a pen. So he took the pen in his hand, looked at it, and then he started asking the person, "Are you in the pen of market? Are you in the market of pens? Do you use pen? And how often do you use pen?" So he says it's all about first asking questions and getting to know the person better, and then giving the value proposition accordingly. So over there, this is the way. And if I share one of the good pitches pitch I've heard on this topic was, you give me this pen, I have to sell you. So this, and you tell me you don't use pen, but this pen can be used and can help you out in a situation where you don't have anything to write. Your your the phone is switched off. You might not be able to reach to your phone or the digital aspects or anything else. That time, this cheaper pen can help you in writing down those ideas. So he talks about different thresholds of dealing with customers, and there are so you should not sell to everybody. You should focus at people who are in the yes no range, or easily you can take the people who are agreeing. So people who are not in the market, it's no point talking to them. So the assessing the market is the important step over here. So then low and high threshold. There are some people who will say no, but will agree immediately in one or two tries. But there are some people who have a high threshold who will take many. You'll have to hear many no's once you get to understand them, and then you can uh, talk to them or sell to them. The other good book is about Big Ocean, a Blue Ocean Strategy. I personally haven't read it, but many people have recommended it, and I'm going to read and get back to you. Podcasts on marketing. So, podcast on marketing, best podcast. The person who I like is Seth Godin. He has written a lot of books, about 18 books, most of them on marketing. He gives examples from different industries and fields. Examples are very important, as you can really just the dry concepts, more than dry concept, you can use the understand better the example. So his podcast is wonderful. Talking about movies, what are the good movies to see on marketing? So the founder of 2016 is an amazing movie. So it's about how McDonald's, the burger giant, became from one single family mom and pop store to an international brand. So it was started by two brothers. This movie is based on a true story. So this person who used to sell shakers, and he was not very successful at that. But when he came across these two brothers who had this restaurant called McDonald's, and he saw how quickly they give the service. It took them 30 seconds, not 30 minutes for delivering. So he got a great idea. Let's get franchisee of this in the whole America and the whole so he did some. Then the movie goes into a lot of hurdles which he faced between the marketer, between the salesman and the brothers, and then the growth of the challenges. It's an amazing movie. So there's another quote which I like from the movie, that one person tells him, looking at his balance sheet and all that, you're in the market of real estate, not burgers. You have got land in most important places. You can use that position to influence or leverage in deal making and situation. Second is an Indian movie. It's called Rocket Singh, Salesman of the Year. It's a Hindi movie, but I'm sure if you can get an English version of it. It's a fun humor comedy movie. Uh, Check it out. Third movie is The Internship. Here, again a comedy movie. Two 40-year-old are laid off from their sales job. They join Google as interns, and their managers are 20-year-olds. And the way they use their experience of selling and go to different places. There's a competition, and it's a fun movie. You'll have good time. A good TV series on this topic is Mad Men. Mad Men, uh, many of who have not seen, it's based on 1950s and that time of the era. The plot is of New York and had managers there and their meetings with different companies, and there's a lot of marketing, the thinking of making ads and all that, but there's also a lot of drama involved. So you'll have a that's another thing you could check out. YouTube channels. So Valuetainment is a good channel. This person himself, he started as a insurance salesman. Then he makes a lot of videos on entrepreneurship and marketing, sales, books. He's a consultant, so you'll definitely like that. All these three are consultants. Second one is Dr. Vivek Bindra. He has around 18 million followers on YouTube. He is amazing, another amazing person. I was listening to one of his videos. He gave a good example of Amitabh Bachchan and polio drive. So in 1990s, the polio drive was started in India by WHO, UN Health Organization, and so they got in Amitabh Bachchan, and Amitabh Bachchan would request everybody to go and take your two doses, take two drops to prevent polio. So the campaign ran for 4 years. Ogilvy and Mather were there for the promotion. It's a big company in marketing, but nothing happened. Then they sent their people into villages and markets to find out why and what is happening, why it is not selling, or what is the problem people are facing. So then they realize there is the child who's the end customer, there is his mom, but the main influencers in the family are the grandparents of the child who are in their 50s. But they have grown up watching Amitabh Bachchan's movie. So the problem they found out was, for them, then they would come up with a lot of reasons for not going. we'll give the drops when he gets polio. Why should we go now, and so on and so on. So they came back with the research, and the final conclusion was that we need to. Amitabh Bachchan is always considered as angry young man in his famous movie. In his movies, he's known as angry young man from his young era and his movies. So the influencers got had grown up watching that, and seeing him request everybody to do that didn't appeal much. So then they portrayed an angry Amitabh Bachchan, really shouting at them, and it's a fun. You can Google that and find it out. So then the whole polio booth started getting full. So Vivek Bindra has a lot of examples in his videos. It's a good YouTube channel to follow. Second one is Sandeep Maheshwari. He's another influencer in the youth and the marketing and the business space. So do check it out. That being said, we come to the end of today's episode. And okay, if I give another example, all said and done, marketing, you'll put out a lot of ads, a lot of things, you'll do good, but your product should be good as well. So, for example, Tesla doesn't spend a lot in marketing, but the technology itself is so amazing that the word spreads out on its own. There are many products like that. Do check out the growth of Elon Musk and Tesla. They had the struggles in beginning, but how they overcame that and how the core product is made, it's a good story to know. So thank you everybody for tuning in today. It is amazing to be speaking, that you're hearing this. I am able to revise my books and get back to you. So it's a refreshing exam experience for myself. Well, and see you next time soon. On Wednesday we are having a person as surprise. You tune in, you'll find out. And what else? Thank you very much. Ciao. Have a good day. Bye bye.
Thank you for listening in. Do connect with us on Twitter and Instagram for updates of new shows and to participate with us. All the links have been mentioned in the show notes. Another thing, we have got some amazing NFTs for you. I have a collection of 3D animated, abstract, and figurative NFTs. If you want to have an immersive experience of my artworks, I would insist you to visit my virtual gallery. Laura's collection is a fusion of fashion and art NFTs inspired from her own fashion shows and her unique art style. If you want to know how to buy your NFT or if you want to know how to create one, do get in touch. Cheers.